Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, a bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitter is our name.
Hey folks, happy Tuesday. Welcome to On Iron Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you're not done so, please like and share this video link. Get the word out there about all things On Iron Outdoors. As you can see tonight, our co-host is a little bit different as Matt is away doing some stuff tonight. He's not able to be with us, but I think this guy right here would probably say he's a better co-host anyway. This is Mr. Justin Tinsley, owner of Tinsley Custom Wildlife. You can see, you've heard us talk about him week after week, and he pops in here. But tonight, he's known as the Sandhill Hunter. What's that all about, Justin?
I don't know, but first off, I'm better than Matt because I don't eat as much.
You're not as costly as Matt, right?
No.
Yeah, that's
he is
right.
the term of male high maintenance.
Oh, God. Hey, we can talk about him since he ain't on here. I don't even know if he'll get to check in tonight. He's got some work stuff going on, but I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you for everything you do for us and everything you do for all sportsmen and ladies. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got some special announcements tonight. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Sandhill Hunter name there, man. We have been waiting for the right time. You know, we have been wanting to get after some sandhills. The time just hasn't been right. Seems like, you know, we've been waiting on that call, and we finally got the call, and they're going to try to make a trip down. But now it couldn't come at a better time because time's a ticking, and it's almost up.
Yeah, it's up. But you know, everybody's been the same way as far as the waterfowl hunters. From what I'm hearing, this is some of the latest they've ever seen birds migrating. Late in the game.
Yep, it sure is. And, you know, I think we're seeing a change or a transition with these sandhills, especially. You know, their flight pattern, their migration pattern is about the same year after year, but we're seeing these things touch down and stay in different places. I know that Matt talked to me about seeing some down there in his neck of the woods actually land, and that's good. You know, that's good. Hopefully, maybe that means that the populations are increasing and things like that, but still we've got our honey holes, and we're going to be heading down and hopefully get to head down and get after these things and try to fill some tags. Normally there's not too many, and I hate that I didn't check out the telecheck harvest before the show, but usually it's less. It's usually around that 100 mark for harvest, less than 200. But we'll have that next week for everybody as far as harvest numbers as it goes out on the 31st.
Well, Trinity? Isn't there, for what I read the other day, aren't there 3 subspecies of sandhills?
When it comes to the subspecies, there's what they call two main groups, two main flocks or two main areas. You've got the ones that's out west. You got these that's kind of north and south. You got the ones that's out west. And I'm not exactly familiar with the third, but there's not, when you're talking about sandhill cranes overall, even though numbers are better than we've ever known of, to modern day times, they're pretty finicky when it comes to areas being able to areas to be able to go over to hunt them and to be able to have access to them. So we're definitely not putting a dent in them in Kentucky. Tennessee, I know, has a season, and there's some opportunities there to be able to hunt them, but we're definitely not putting a dent in them. Like I said, harvest numbers are usually between 100 to 200. And when you go down there, if you've checked out, our prior videos, I mean, there's tens of thousands. I mean, there's thousands of them. There's thousands of these things, and we're very grateful to be able to have the success that we've had. And I tell you what, man, people's missing out. We've offered guided hunts. We was able to take some folks last year and be successful. And I guess we're just going to be able to go down and have a buddy hunt and be able to enjoy.
It's the way it looks. But
yeah.
I don't know. I can't ever remember. Of course, here at our place, we have these big river bottoms here, which seems to me to be a perfect place for sand hills to land and feed and stuff. And I can't ever recollect any time in my life I've ever seen sand hills land, down here on us.
Yeah. That Barron County, Warren County area, that's the epicenter for our sandhill cranes. We've had people been texting us season from the Ohio all the way to Barron, telling us they know, how big we are into it. And, they've been texting us, hey, seen a flock today. But now the last 2 weeks has really opened up as far as the numbers coming in. And you're right, it's late. I mean, season goes out the 31st, but what they're like to that area is, I don't really know. I know that there's a lot of ag fields down there that they're not bothered in because you can't gain access. But you get on the outskirts of those and where you can have some success. I've been after sand hills now since about 2013, 2014, and it's been a huge learning curve. But now I feel over the last 3 or 4 years, we've really honed in, and we've met some great people. A lot of it comes down to property owners as well, and what land access, and we've got it down there. So we're pretty fortunate.
They've been already. He's been a big help already. Just, if it wasn't for him, you'd probably been trying it 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
Just trying to see what was going on.
That's right. He's saved a bunch of 5-hour drives. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We got some folks joining us tonight, as always. My mama says hello and appreciate you. She's my rock, man. Love you very much, Mama. And then we got another Miss Shirley. This is Matt's mother-in-law watching with us tonight. We got our buddy down in Florida, Wayne Hargabus at the Hacienda Hargabus. Wayne, hope you and Lisa are doing very well. And, of course, Jill, Matt's better half, said, Justin, Matt has competition now on the live show.
Keep it coming, Jill. I won't tell your age if you do well.
Oh, that she's on your side. She's trying to be on your side, and now you done.
No, I'm keeping her honest.
Keeping her honest. Gator Paul down in Florida says, hey guys, Trinity, did Matt lose weight. Let me tell you, I don't know what he's done. You know, we'll see next week. We'll see if there's less of him or not. Speaking of Matt, man, we had a great weekend. Well, let me take that back. We had a great weekend, and we had what was going to turn out to be a successful weekend. We got into some coyotes this weekend. We had some clients in going out thermal with a brand new Rick's thermal equipment. And those guys came in from Illinois and Indiana, and boy, they got a show, man. Had some sickness happen this weekend, but they're going to come back. We called some coyotes in, had some misses and different things, had some close calls. But speaking of Matt, got a nice picture right here with one of our clients, Justin. And this is our trophy pick. We didn't get to hunt the whole weekend. We basically got one day in. Weather hindered us a little bit, but they don't look like a whole lot. That looks like a Fox Pro in front of Matt there with a thumbs up. But all that brown fluffy stuff you see there is a nice shave job from a 6.5 Creedmoor. So just a near miss, man. Just almost got him, but fortunately, unfortunately, it was still a miss. He got to take a little bit of hair back. Was setting up the weather pattern that came in this weekend. We had all that snow, that real cold, man. I mean, we got up on this morning right here, and it was -2 here. And but it was warming up. The warming trend was happening, and those dogs were coming out. They performed very well during the day. We went out and tried to make some bobcat sets and things. We got a bunch of dogs that came in, but just didn't happen. Had some sickness that knocked us out of the big main event with the thermals, but these guys are going to come back. They really enjoyed it, and as you said, big smile on Matt. If you get a smile on Matt Woolwine's face, you've done something.
No, just set a plate of food in front of him. He'll smile.
I'll tell you what, man, he's cut back a lot. I think you're going to be impressed before long. So we appreciate Justin and Corey coming our way, and look forward. We got some more folks signed up, man. We're going to be staying after it. So good times right there. And speaking of which, pop up this new flyer right here we got made. Anybody that wants to try their hand at some thermal night hunts, you got all the way through March. And we got an on-air show special, $25 off if you book any Tuesday night before midnight. So you can give us a call. My number is easy to find. You look up TLC Outfitters. It's not hard. You go to our Facebook page, get our number, give us a call, shoot us a message. Shoot us a message on our Facebook page. Say, hey, I want to book a buddy and I with TLC Outfitters for some thermal night hunts. Make a weekend of it. It is a good time. We're going to knock off $25 right there for you. So, and man, we roll out the red carpet for you. Basically, all you got to do is show up. You don't even know. Just bring the warm clothes, watch the weather. All equipment is provided, and we're going to take good care of you. So, right there you go. Good time. Good time. Got some more folks joining us. We appreciate it very much. Miss Candace says, hey, guys. Hey, Miss Candace. Hope that you and Miss Kinsley is doing very well. Before we get into our main talk tonight, if folks tuned in last week, we told them about going to make some special announcements for tonight. And before we do that, though, I want to talk about the deer harvest. Another good deer harvest for the state of Kentucky. Kentucky always finishes well. As far as nationwide numbers go, here you can see 140,000 deer total harvest. It breaks down there with the firearm, archery, crossbow, and muzzleloader harvest. Your top counties are always want to be out in that western part, kind of north central. Hardin County, Christian County, Breckenridge, Shelby, Crittenden County rounds out the top 5, and you can see the others there. So just another good year for Kentucky, man. Just good management. Y'all got some good stuff. And I hope that people will realize, I know everybody's terrified of this CWD scare. But I hope people realize that, early on in the whole CWD craze, before we ever thought about having it here, we thought, they thought that it would decimate the herds. That's just not the case.
No, it's not. It's not good. But people have learned to survive with it, for many years. Wisconsin, a lot of those states, you know, I think what a lot of people is going to help a lot of people is if they can come across with some rapid testing, that's going to make a lot of people feel better. But for us, I mean, you think about it, Trinity. That deer that they found was what 30 miles inside the state line.
Yep.
For us, we're looking at over 260 miles from us to where it was located. So those of us in central, east, southeast, we've got time and hopefully some things can get done before, it actually moves in on in. It could be, I mean, really, if you think about it, it could still take, I mean, I'm just rough guessing, but, it could take 10, 15, 20 years before it ever got over into our areas.
That's right. Yeah. It's not as wide, it's not as widespread and it doesn't move as quickly as everybody thinks it does. And I'm going to tell you something, man, Fish and Wildlife, Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife is on this. Think about how many states. Now, this is stemming back. We'll use times that most people remember. We're talking about the beginning of the elk restoration. That started in 1997. The states, the 6 western states that our elk herd came from, were CWD free at the time. All those animals were quarantined. Just think about the great pains and effort that Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife puts into safeguarding the state and our natural resources. I know you get conflicting, stories about everybody's got an opinion about natural resource management, wildlife management, and so on. I don't care what you do. Somebody's always going to be in conflict. But the facts are is that our Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife has done a fantastic job of trying to safeguard the state. And that's the reason the regulations are put into place about the transportation of different animals, of cervids, what you have to do to be able to transport your trophy into the state and everything. I mean, we've dodged a bullet for a long time. I really feel like anybody that knew anything about wildlife management knew that it was just a matter of time. I mean, to throw a blind eye at it and no effort is not good stewards. But I feel like we dodged this for a long time. And just because we've had one case of it, they're not going to lay down and they're not going to quit on this.
No, they've been working on this for 30 some years. A kind of a proactive plan that they can take. And, they've been adding to it, changing it. They've been doing things for all these years just so they could stay on top of it. And, for when it did happen, they're ready for it. But they're like everybody else. They hate to see it, but it's something that was going to happen. You weren't going to stop it. So, but they're doing their job. That's for sure.
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Can't say enough good things about the men and women of Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife out there protecting the resources that we get to enjoy. That's why we're here. You think about it. I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why, the Kentucky Elk Guides Association, you think about that. National Wild Turkey Federation, QDMA, Quality Deer Man. I mean, you think about all the things. Can't leave out the upland guys. Can't leave out the Rocky Mountain Elk Fund. I mean, I can go on and on and on. It's great to have those organizations, but if you don't have that core group of DNRs, fish and wildlife groups out there every day protecting these resources, I mean, none of them really have a foot to stand on. And, they're out protecting these, there's going to be opinions about rules, about regulations, about everything. But the fact is that you can look at these harvest numbers right here. Kentucky finishes every year, most of the time, top 3, top 5, at least, in Boone and Crockett harvest every year. and everybody wants to come to Kentucky to try their hand at harvesting a quality deer, and it's due to great management, wildlife management, great habitat, and a lot of other things. So, that's my opinion based on the best facts I've got. A lot of people may disagree with me. Guess what? You're entitled to your opinion.
Where did we finish at with 140,000, Trendy? Where did we finish at comparable to other years?
I will have to take a look at that. I don't know. I kind of grabbed this at the last minute. They posted this. We got this up on our Facebook page today because I wanted everybody to be able to see it. I'm sure most people get it off Fish and Wildlife. We just want to spread the word. But, this isn't as big. I think last year or year before was the record.
Last year was, because, they're good numbers, but I think, there was, like for us, for example, we had a very down year here. When I say down, I mean as far as our farm and hunting. Of course, it happens every year that there's a heavy acorn mass,
right?
And that if anything brings those numbers down, it's going to be the acorn mass.
Yeah.
We had a lot of deer that just weren't moving till nighttime. They stayed in the woods and they move and get grazed around the timbers and stuff during the night, and they didn't have to come out.
Yep. And that's what we talked about on one of our other shows, earlier shows. And I'm going to point at myself here, we don't want a lot of times to adapt our ways when it is a good acorn crop year, when it is a good mass year. We want to go out, we want to throw some corn on the ground, and we want to call that wildlife management. We want to go hunt the same old box blind we've hunted for the last 25 years, or we want to put up a tree stand in the same old tree if we want to hunt the same spot. Instead of changing, we're talking about the change we're seeing with sandhill cranes. Deer's no different, and the guys and the gals that adapt their hunting to what's going on year after year, and we all know them. I can sit here and spit out names in the East. You can sit out and spit out names in the Central and the West. Those guys and gals that adapt their hunting style to what's going on to that specific year, that put in the time, are the big buck killers. Now, you're going to have some people that's going to luck into them or go out and hunt or whatever, but your big buck slayers are the ones that adapt and change. And some of us just want to go sit down and watch the same area that we've watched for the last however long. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And we said that in one of our other shows. If you're doing what you've always done and you're not seeing the results, that's probably a good indicator that you need to change.
It's like for us here, we don't have a lot of, we have a lot of open river bottoms. We have, thickets for bedding. Our acorns trees are, they're spread out. But if I wanted to really get into it and do what we're talking there, I'm one of those. I don't like moving my heater around too much. I like staying in that one spot. I'm comfortable. I know the wind directions. I know what they do, yada, yada. But, I could take and start basically creating me a map of where we have our pockets of our oaks and stuff. And, some of these guys, that's what they'll do. They'll go around and check these spots, every week. They'll check and see, all right, where they're falling here, where's the white oaks falling there. And they travel with what's falling. And that's how they get up on them.
Yep. Let's see what they have to say here. So, Kentucky Park Fish and Wildlife say it was another successful year for deer hunters across the state. I was trying to find some more information about maybe this year's harvest. I'll find out.
I was thinking we were top. It was somewhere in the top 5 or 6. I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it right now. Let's see what. Well, Nathan Hart says that's why I like a saddle so much. You can chase a deer with very minimal disturbance. Man, I'll tell you, I've got a saddle system. Didn't get to use it this year, but I'm so impressed with how those saddles work. For me, I mean, middle-aged guy, that whole packing those big tree stands in or putting up the stands, going to where the deer are. I mean, I'm just not into that anymore. Some guys still are. Some guys don't want to do this, but those saddles are so easy to get in a tree, in and out of, comfortable, minimal disturbance. And now instead of having a 20 or 30-pound stand, 30-pound tree stand on your back, along with backpacking all of your equipment, you literally got, no less than basically a harness you got on. And what little bit of equipment you need fits right in a backpack. And it's really made where you can get to areas maybe where, where you wouldn't go to a lot easier.
Nathan, do you see this body? This body don't get up off the ground like you do. You younger ones do. I don't. My idea of a saddle is a wagon running gear with a blind attached to the flatbed of it, so I can pull it around.
Adaptation, buddy.
I'm adapted. That's adapted. I'm gonna be able to pull it around wherever I need to go, but my feet stay on the ground.
Oh goodness! Change tactics on the fly, he said. He's laughing at you. Very good. All right, moving on. Let's see what we got here. Oh, man. Big announcement, right?
Yep.
What you got for us?
Well, I've been in lengthy conversations with our guy in Africa, Cobus Van Buren. And it's kind of like the deer hunting this year. You have years that are blow it out of the water. You have years that slack off some. This year we're running just a few hunts lower than we were last year for the season. So with me and Cobus, we've had some conversations and stuff, and we decided to come up with something, or actually some things, that would maybe entice some of the people to jump on board. A lot of people say that they get tired of waiting for hunting season to roll around. I don't know if anybody realizes or not, but the hunting season for South Africa is April through October. And it's a perfect time to head out and be able to hunt other things besides, what we have here when the season's not in. But what we did, though, is we come up with 3 packages. And the first package we come up with, we're only going to do 4 of these packages. And when they're gone, that's it. There's no more. These
And before you make this announcement, I want you to touch base on this. TLC, Tinsley Custom Wildlife, Van Buren Safaris, we're all teamed up together for the same thing. There's only so many spots available for hunters at Van Buren.
Yes.
This is not over harvest. This isn't hunters on top of one. There isn't anything like this. This is one of the most well-managed hunter quality experience places that you can possibly book in Africa.
Well, not only that, Trinity, have you ever heard any of the stories of their conservation tactics and what they have achieved in South Africa? It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's nothing to see 100 and 150 animals a day, where we may see 5, 10, 20 whitetails.
Yeah.
It's a conversation that is well worth reading up.
And I'm going to tell you something. if you can, and listen, I know we give him a hard time. He looks through different eyes sometimes than a lot of folks does. If you can impress Matt Woolwine, you've done something.
Yeah.
And he's still talking about it. And it's not that Matt is so whatever. It's that the simple things, the little things, the attention to fine detail, and the way that Van Buren Safaris is, man. And another thing, I know there's a lot of anxiety. People look at the dollar figure, or they look at how far away it is, or oh, I can't do that because I don't know where to start. You've been there how many times and getting ready to go back? How many times have you been?
We've been 3, getting ready to go on. I'm getting ready to leave in June for the 4th trip.
That's right. And Matt and Jill's went. We take the hustle and bustle out of this with firsthand accounts. This isn't, come book this safari with us. We think it's going to be a good thing. Well, no, we've never been over there, but I mean, we've got firsthand accounts. We've got the photos. We've got the videos. We've got the experience. And you really can take the anxiety and the guesswork out of this. And I know there's somebody listening right now or is going to see this that's going to be like, man, I'm ready to book this, but I really don't know where to start, don't know what to do. So these packages that you're getting ready to announce, you're not going to find anything like it anywhere.
Well, and the other thing I tell people too is, you talk about management. I've been doing this since 2019. I hear a lot of horror stories. I see a lot of ads for these hunts that are just cheap hunts and, on down the line and yada, yada. But one thing I tell everybody is that, with Cobus and them, he won't allow you to harvest an underage animal.
That's right.
Some of these guys come up here and they'll pop out these cheap numbers and low numbers. And Trinity, leave that picture up right there for a minute. That's a good place I wanted to start with something. But the quality of what you get here versus some of the other places, you're looking, if say you kill a kudu with Cobus, you're looking at 52, 54, 58 inch kudu, which is, very impressive for a kudu. I have a lot of clients that I get their stuff from other outfitters in. I've had a world of kudu that were 45, 48 inches. Granted, it's still a trophy. I'm not knocking that at all. But that's where a lot of people come in. They think, oh, well, this guy's cheaper, because that's why. He's harvesting, he's allowing harvest of animals that they don't have as much into as they do, an animal that they had to wait 4 or 5 more years to harvest.
Right.
So, but as far as a management tactic goes, you see the big cow there with the 3 young ones in the middle?
Yep.
See how dark she is?
Mm-hmm.
I had my eye on her. She's as big as a mature bull. This cow is over 16 years old. That the best they knew of. But they won't allow her to be taken because of her. See where she's so dark?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that's from the age of the animal, yada, different things like that. It's not. The darkness of a giraffe comes from the genes, just like anything, like a dark colored white tail, or, that's the same thing with the giraffe as it is any other animal. It's in their genes. It's not their age. But, that's one of their females that, she's a prize, but they won't take the money to let her go.
Yeah. Yep. And this is not, something I want people. These are wild animals. These are not pen raised. These are not. I mean, these things are, it's the real deal.
This is a lot of this is Texas magnified.
Yeah.
It's you know, a lot of people don't understand. I've never been to Texas either, but you know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of acres that, you know, that each farmer or rancher takes care of.
Yep. I mean, you know, looking at these giraffe, I mean, and two, you know, the scenery that you're going to get to see and the experience, it's not just the hunt. You know, this isn't just about hunting. Hunting's a big part of it. We're going to be talking about those packages in just a minute. But I mean, this is a getaway of you know, epic style. This is rolling out the red carpet for you. It may take a long journey to get there, but when you get there, you're there and you're treated like royalty.
The back to what you're talking about with Cobus and the bookings. The reason we only have a certain number of these packages available this year is because, like you said, Cobus does not take multiple clients at a time. Say me and you head over next week, we're the only two in camp.
Yeah.
You know, we are 100% of his and everyone that works there's, you know, attention. I always compare this to like a cruise. People talk about, you know, you lose all sense of responsibility on a cruise. It's the same way here. You know, it's something that you will never forget. And I'm sure most people, well, we're running about 85% of the people that have gone the last 5 years are already fixing to or have already rebooked for multiple trips.
Yeah.
So it's something that gets in you, that's for sure.
Yeah. And listen, folks can go back to last April, May on our Facebook page and check out those shows. Matt actually went live from Van Buren Safaris over there in South Africa. And then we had a big show after that to talk about the harvest and everything. So if you want to check more out, if you want to see more, you can go back to those shows April and May on our Facebook page. So where you want to go next? What do you want me to show them? We're going to unveil this announcement here in just a minute, but I kind of want to lay the groundwork before we get to the special announcements and
Well,
the few.
if we could show them some of the, you know, the chalet, the different, you know, accommodations. I'll have to say though, back to Matt. You know, you talk about pleasing Matt. I got to tell this story on him. We are in the airport in Johannesburg, coming back home, and I said, Matt, I said, if you don't care, could you send me your pictures that you took so that I can, you know, mix with mine and whatever and make our post? Yeah. Well, about 20 minutes later, my phone dinged, Trinity, and this was a file Matt had taken, and it was every meal, a picture of every meal we ate while we were there.
Yeah.
He didn't send me harvest pictures. He sent me food pictures.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was like, but it is. I mean, they go all out just to even the presentation of your meal. I think I sent you one of a dessert. And
yeah. We're going to look at that in just a minute.
It's just, you know, they do everything they can do to make everything seem at all when you get it.
Right here's a dessert.
Yeah.
Jill says she's going. Huh?
I said, of course, you know me. I'm sitting there licking the Hershey's chocolate off the plate there because that's the best part of that whole thing there.
Yep. And then we had another one here. Let me, I couldn't fit them all in here at once. Right here's another plate.
Oh, yeah.
What steaks are those?
I am thinking they were either kudu or hartebeest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just look at that plate, man. I mean, that's pretty fancy deal right there. Yeah. And then move around the fire pit.
That's where all the stories get told.
Yeah.
I've actually got a video of Jill and Christy doing shots around the fire pit last year.
And there's the bar. That's an outdoor bar.
Yep, that's right outside the main lodge area where the living and dining area is. That's another thing too. You know, people talk about cost. These packages you buy is open bar is included. When you book a hunt with us, I send you a packet. We want to know everything you like, you dislike from your food, your drinks, your alcohol, everything. And guarantee when you get there, if it was available, it'll be there at the bar when you get there.
Yep. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's take a look. So there's the bar. Moving into the inside.
Well, that's looking back over towards the dining area of the main lodge.
And
that's the living area. Basically, the living room, TV area.
And this is the main lodge. This isn't your chalet or your stay place, correct?
Yes. No, this is the main. A lot of, I've noticed this in a lot of places in South Africa. They, like we have a house, we have all of our rooms attached. Over there, a lot of places, things are kept separate.
Yeah.
Of course, with the dry season and stuff, they have a lot more, worry of forest fire, brush fires, things like that. And I think that was a lot of it was to separate everything so that, it lessened the risk of losing everything if something caught on fire.
Right.
The building right beside this one that you just showed is actually the kitchen. And that's what that whole building is a kitchen.
Yep.
And, then on the other side, there's 2 chalets. And each chalet is like a duplex style chalet where it has 2 units in each one.
And this is in the chalet here.
Yeah, that's one of the chalet rooms.
Yep.
That's the other side of it, looking back into the bathroom and shower.
Yep. Pretty fancy, if you ask me.
You know what's neat about it though is most everything in these buildings, the lodge, the chalets, it's so neat that, of course, not the tile or the sinks, but a lot of the materials for those come right off the ranch, right there.
Yeah, just like that piece of wood there for the
bar top outside, the vanity tops, even down to the sand. They don't go buy sand. They go get sand out of the river for their concrete.
That's awesome. Here's Christy resting up after a hunt. And this is out on the patio, kind of like.
Yeah, I'm standing on the front porch of the chalet, and she had actually went in, just to read a book that afternoon before we went back out. and then the weather was beautiful, so she just opened the doors up and enjoyed there.
Yep. So let's talk about the special announcements about these packages. And I really hope that people understand what a value it is that we're getting ready to talk about, because you're probably not going to find this anywhere.
No, not well. Like I said, that's why we're only doing so many of them.
Right.
Um,
So what you got there?
the first package we've got, it's this, and when I say this, way we classify everything is a daily fee. A daily fee would be your food, your lodging, your pH, your skinner, your transportation, everything you would use throughout the day is called a daily fee. The first package we got is 5 days of daily fees for 2 people, and each person gets an impala and a baboon. So you got 5 days of hunting for 2 people, and each one of you get 2 animals. Normally we sell that package for $1,500. You're already saving quite a bit with that. But what Cobus has said to do is, what we can do is, if you book this by the end of January and you book it for this upcoming hunting season, which is April through October, we will let you have this for $1,000.
Wow, $500 off.
$500 off. The regular value of this hunt is $5,600, and you'll get it for $1,000. We're only going to do four of these packages this year. Is all we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'll save the good one for the good one for the end. But the next package we've got, we're only going to do 4 of these packages as well. But these packages only include 1 hunter. So if 2 of you wanted to go, you would be buying 2 packages, not 1 package.
Right.
This is 7 days of hunting, 7 days of daily fees for 1 person. Each person gets an impala, a blessed buck, a warthog, and a blue wildebeest. The value on this hunt is $6,150. He's going to do 4 packages at $4,000.
Wow.
So basically what it is it boils down to, it's almost like your daily fees are free.
He just saved you your plane ticket to Africa.
Saved you your plane ticket plus some.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And that's 4 animals. That's four great animals.
Yes, that's 4 of your some of your most sought after plains games.
Yep.
Animals. One thing I will say, and this goes for all the packages, Trinity, is it does not include your airfare, of course.
Right.
It does not include accommodations before and after the hunt. And basically what that is, your first day and your last day are basically non-hunting days. It's $400 a person. That also includes, in that $400, your transportation to and from the airport, which is a 3-hour drive each way. Of course, it does not include gun rental. If you want to rent a gun, that's $37 a day. I've already heard some people this year going to $60 a day on gun rental, and that did not include the ammo. He's leaving all that the same at 37. He's been that way since I started. But $4,000, 7 days of hunting and those 4 animals, and there's 4 of those packages. The last one, there's only going to be 2 packages available. This is something that, this is, what do you call it? The Turkey Slam.
Yeah. The Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. This in South Africa is your Spiral Horn Slam. This is, like I said, only 2 available. It's 7 days of accommodations for 1 hunter. Each in that 1 hunter gets an eland, a kudu, a nyala, and a bushbuck. In that package deal, the value on it is $14,200. He's letting 2 of them go for $11,700. And I know, people that may sound like a lot, but I know a guy that wrote a check for $20,000 this year to go shoot an Alaskan moose. He's going to sleep in a huh?
Yeah. If you go out west to a quality outfitter for a nice elk, just for that elk, you're looking $7,500 plus. And then by the time you get out there and you do all the things or whatever else, you're going to have almost or more than that into 1 animal.
Yeah. And
so
your success rate's not going to be as high as this.
That's exactly right. You could come home you could go out there for that and come home with nothing. You're probably going to harvest all those animals. A tremendous chance. You're going to see all those animals. You're going to see all those animals for sure. The success rate is out the roof.
And I do know, like I said, from being there, as many times I have already, Cobus has already had the number 4 bushbuck in the world taken off his place. They killed a 19-inch bushbuck last year, which, 14, 15, 16 is about what most people harvest. That's a good bushbuck. Nyala are everywhere. Kudu, these kudu, he only prides in taking the larger kudu. So, odds are you're looking at a 50 to 53 or 54 inch kudu, taken there. But yeah, it's some good pricing, and it's something that you can do that's between our hunting seasons.
Yep. Very good. The thing is that if you break it down, per animal, what you're going to spend, if you take the lodging and you take the food and you take all the things, this is all inclusive.
Yes.
When you get there, they're rolling out the red carpet for you, and it's not just a hunt. I heard Matt talking about, when you get there, you just forget everything else. They do your laundry. If you need something and they can make it happen, they make it happen. And you're going to see tons of animals. It's not like, well, I might see what I'm looking for and I might not. It's nonstop action all the time.
Oh, it's very, I don't know how to put it. And that's what I tell a lot of people. It's hard to explain what what you might see either driving through the country in the back of the safari truck, setting in a blind, or even during spot and stalks. It's unreal the animals that you encounter, when you're out there. And as a taxidermist, I find myself, I enjoy blind hunting because I enjoy sitting and watching the animals in a peaceful state.
Yeah.
More of their natural actions and things, body postures, things of that nature. I enjoy that really well. And I mean, if I had a camera, it's hard telling how many photos I could take, reference photos. I mean, you'd be looking at thousands in a few day time that you could take of different, and I'm talking different animals.
Yeah. That's awesome. What do people need to, I mean, I guess, where do people need to start? They need to start with a phone call, correct?
Yeah, a phone call is the first thing. Um, phone call, and then just sit down and let's talk about it. Give me an idea of the things that you're looking for. A lot of people like to bust up their hunts. They like to hunt part of their trip. Well, my wife is a prime example. She enjoys hunting. She enjoys going out. She loves the scenery. But up until this past year, she'd always take one day and just go into town, and she would do an all-day spa treatment. There's so many things that you can do. There's even casino. You can go gambling while you're there. There's just so much to do that a lot of people don't even realize.
Yep. Pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome. What are we missing? What have we not talked about? I mean, this is a lot of information. We're going to post this several times this week. This is huge. I don't think people understand the savings. If this is your year that you're looking at an African safari, I'm telling you right now. I mean, I would put these packages against any safari out there. The quality, everything. And here's where people have a leg up. You have a no nonsense group of people right here that have been there several times, have plans on going back. This is for personal hunts. You have a taxidermist with you, a USDA processor and taxidermist that can give all the ins and outs of what's going to happen with your trophy, how to get your trophy back, going to be able to ship it right to your front door, and it's going to be in your care the whole time. You've done tons of them. It's all of the nonsense cut out. It's all of the anxiety and the fear and everything. And it's more affordable than you think. And now with these, 10 packages, 4, 4, and 2, with these 10 packages, whoever jumps on these 10 packages is going to be able to really have a lot of savings. With those last 2 packages, there, the middle package and the bigger package, I mean, you're talking about saving your airfare, plus daily fees. So I don't know what else. TLC and Tinsley Custom Wildlife and Van Buren Safaris and Colbus and Justin and Trinity and Matt and I don't know what else we can do for folks.
Yeah, and I talked when I started my USDA here at the shop. It was unreal, Trinity. Some of the horror stories that I heard, during all that. People having trouble getting their animals back. They weren't getting the same animals they shot. Hides were cut all to pieces. And you know what? Every one of them had the same problem at the end of the day. They had nobody to help them with that. A lot of them didn't know who to call.
Right.
Everything goes when someone books. I handle all their packets. I help with all their booking, their dates. We only fly Delta. That's all I recommend is Delta. During the COVID, I know a lot of airlines kept a lot of money from customers. Delta didn't keep anybody's money. We had one trip, Trinity, that our flights were canceled and we had to rebook 7 times.
Wow.
And never once did we ever lose value. We never had to pay extra, nothing. So, we help with that. We help with, once your stuff, you harvest your animals, you come back home, you get email from the taxidermist over there. I'm attached to all emails. So, I help with all their animal instructions, things like that. It takes a lot of the stuff that people don't know anything about. We just take care of it to make it a good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I hope people will take advantage of this. I'm telling you, if you've been looking for an African safari, I mean, you need not look any farther. At least give us the chance. Give me a call. I'm going to put you in touch with Justin. Give Justin a call. I mean, we're gonna be there for you. And you know, it's the most bang for your buck. And now Cobus has made it even more attainable than you could ever imagine. So give us a call. I really don't know what else to say. We're going to stay after this thing. I can't wait to head over. And I know you're going back, and I mean it's going to be a
I'm
good
actually doing 17 days this year.
17 days in South Africa. I can't imagine.
I may not come home.
Christy going with you?
No, I'm going by myself this time.
She may not let you come back.
She may not. She might like it, me being gone.
Yeah. I doubt.
But it's a good trip. It's something that you'll never forget. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Anything else on these? I mean, this is a huge announcement. I know people are probably out there saying, "Oh, why are they talking about it?" I mean, this is huge. More attainable now than ever before. 10 packages that's going to get swooped up. And how long do they have the book?
Well, the first package, the Impala and Baboon for 2 hunters, that runs out the end of this month.
Okay.
This is something
There's
we're only
4 of
putting up
those.
for this month.
4 of those. 4 of those.
Yes, we have 4 of those. The other 2 that I mentioned, the $4,000 package for the 4 animals, and then the Spiral Slam, you can book these after January, but they are only good for this upcoming hunting season.
Gotcha. Yep. Gotcha. Very good. That is awesome, man. Thanks for the info. And we're really excited. Somebody's going to score big that books these packages. No doubt.
And real quick, Trinity, if you don't mind, one thing I tell everybody too is I have learned that where a lot of people think they can't go, they can't afford it. This, that, and other. Even if you don't take these packages for this year, if you book one of the basic starter packages with us, which all these packages I told you about tonight, they're all upgradable. You can harvest other animals if you choose while you're there.
Yep.
But I tell everyone that if you book with us the starter package, we give you up to 3 years to go. Well, you pay that $1,500 today. Say you want to wait and go next year. You know, you get time to save your money back. You can buy your plane ticket 11 months out. That gives you time to buy your plane ticket, save back up again. Then you don't have to pay for the remainder of your hunt till you get ready to leave. Well,
Yep.
Once you leave, it could be a month and a half to maybe 3 months before the taxidermist calls for the deposit on that work for your hides and stuff. Sometimes it can be up to 6 months after that before he calls wanting the remainder. So if you break that down, you're looking at 4 tax returns you could almost go through.
Yeah.
And you break that down over a 3 or 4 year period. Look it's not much per year.
That's right. Yep. I don't know how more, no nonsense we can make it.
No.
So appreciate it, man. That is awesome. Want to throw in here before we close tonight. But remember, folks, any questions you may have, you can contact us here at TLC Outfitters. You can shoot us a message on our Facebook page, Instagram. We're not hard to find. Tinsley Custom Wildlife, not hard to find. Give us a call. Justin right there is the North American rep for the safaris. So, everything's right here at our fingertips, and we're going to take care of you. So, hope you give us a chance. Also, coming up, something more at home while we got Justin here. The 2024 Dog Days of Winter Predator Tournament, folks. You got to get in on this. Competition will begin Friday evening at 6 p.m., February the 9th, and ends February the 11th. That's Sunday at 4 p.m. $25 registration, $30 high roller pot. That's optional. Registration will be at Ride Direct in Prestonsburg. Can't miss it. I'm telling you right now. Sam and those guys have rolled out the red carpet for us at Ride Direct. February the 9th, 3 to 6 is sign-in registration. Most coyote eagles win in the event of a tie. Heaviest single coyote wins. Payout as follows. First place is 50% of all registration fees. Second place is 30. Third place is 20. Door prizes. Usually, all registered folks are in on a specific random caliber of something that they're going to be able to take home with them. So, I mean, just another great experience for people to come, and the coveted Tinsley Custom Wildlife first place trophy. I think what I've heard, everybody's more worried about the trophy than they are the winnings.
We're mounting it this week.
Yep. Going to be awesome, man. And we'll have a little sneak peeks of that as it comes.
I need a skunk for next year, though.
A skunk?
Yeah. You think Paul that's got the pet skunk?
Oh, Gator Paul. I'm telling you right now, you don't have to worry about Gator Paul. You're going to have Sarah on you now. Apparently, you didn't see Sarah on Matt talking about skunks and trapping and all that. Nature is.
Now we're just waiting till it gets old and maybe kicks over.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gator Paul and Sarah. Please just don't listen to such things.
Preserve it.
That's funny. Folks, hope you'll take part in this right here. 2024 annual Dog Days of Winter Predator Tournament. Great way for some wildlife management. You can day hunt, night hunt, trap your way to first place, second place, third place. Somebody's going to go away with a random caliber of a certain something. I don't know what all the Facebook rules are, so sometimes you got to watch what words you use. So,
Trinity, did you see where those two boys in Texas, I think, killed 23 coyotes in 24 hours?
I didn't see that.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Miss Sarah's watching now. You already stirred the hornet's nest. You just walked up and that big old hornet's ball face hornet's nest hanging on that limb, and you just smacked it, talking about poor nature. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nature and I will have to think about it. You are in the doghouse.
Mm.
No, I didn't see that, man. My buddy Dustin Williams down in Florida, our Rick's Optics guy, he set out in 2023 to kill 400 coyotes. He killed over 500 coyotes in 365 days. But now 23 dogs in 24 hours, son, that's getting with it.
They had them lined up, that's for sure.
I'd like to see that in our upcoming predator tournament.
Yeah.
Our buddy Corey Kidd said, if I get a chance, I'm going to try to enter. You need to, man. You need to come out and be with us right here, Ride Direct. Justin, buddy, thank you. Appreciate all you do for us. Thank you for the great artwork, lifelong artwork that you throw out from Tinsley Custom Wildlife. Hope everybody will give you a call on all their taxidermy needs. And also, man, African safaris. I mean, we've laid it all out. You've gave 10 opportunities that may never come back around. That middle package there, that $4,000 package with those four animals, you break that down at $1,000. There's not any place you're going to be able to do that.
No. Also, Trey, too. We haven't announced this yet. I did on Facebook, but we brought Aaron Hedgepath to our shop a couple weeks ago from Illinois. We're full line birds, turkeys, pheasants, waterfowl, sandhill, swan, anything with feathers. We haven't done it in the past, but I felt like it was a time to maybe jump forth, and the opportunity was there. Aaron's a good guy. He's actually his parents live in Campbellsville, but he had moved to Illinois, but he's back home now, back in Kentucky. So we're open for all bird business now.
Top notch waterfowl taxidermist.
Yeah.
Going to be awesome. And we hope to have him some sandhills here real soon.
I don't know if I'm going to give up I don't know how I'm going to do it. Well, I'm going to have to make a run back home so he can get it skinned out so I can save that ribeye.
Yeah, there you go. We'll keep it good going. That's gotta eat, man. That's some good eating. Ribeye in the sky.
Yeah.
So, Justin, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Bob. Thank you.
Right. Folks, thank y'all for tuning in this week on Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. We appreciate y'all so much. Remember, if you want to know the creator, look at the creation, man, and the things we're talking about, African safaris and all these great things, sandhill cranes, all these things we love. Yeah, we talk about hunting, we talk about harvest, but, that's just a small part of what we do. The conservation of these animals, keeping ththese things for future generations, that's what it's all about for us, and we hope it is you all too. Stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some sandhill crane action coming your way before next show, and hope you all have a great rest of your week. Y'all stay safe.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, a field of streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run, where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC desire